Now, who needs Steve Backshall when we have Sara Thornton, who's also an explorer, who likes admiring nature? We just don't let you go to all those exotic locations.
I know, more's a pity. Actually, to be honest, I love the sea, but I like it best when it's cold and you can look out in a melancholic way, which is, of course, what so many of our artists and writers have done through the centuries, inspired, actually, by our part of the coastline. So for this week's Winter Walks, I started in Broadstairs. If you've been to Broadstairs, you'll know its proud connection with the writer Charles Dickens. Almost everywhere in the town claims to have hosted him at some point during his life. Today we're walking 4 miles from Broadstairs to Margate on the north coast, which itself has strong links to the English romantic painter J.M.W. Turner. We're on the Dickens Turner Walk.
Hi, Carolyn. Hi, Sara.
We start at the Dickens House Museum, which inspired the novel David Copperfield. Professor Carolyn Alton is our guide to all things Dickens.
He loved it here. It's a beautiful place. It's as different as you could get from his London life. And he would come down here to escape in the summer months. He'd stay for quite a long time. He'd have his friends down here. He would go swimming just down there. He would sit on the beach and just read books and, I suppose, pretend that he wasn't a busy, famous London writer.
Dickens stayed here and sat in this very parlour, taking tea and cakes with the house owner, Miss Mary Pearson Strong. She later appeared as the character Betsy Trotwood.
Which is why it's now done up like this. So it's now the Dickens Museum, and everything has been done exactly as in the novel. So you can see this is her green fan, the press in the corner, another Victorian word for a little cupboard where she keeps all these medicine bottles. But it's been absolutely recreated as Dickens imagined it, based on a real house and the lady who lived here.
Next stop is the huge seafront home where Dickens sat and wrote many of his famous works, its name reflecting its illustrious history.
He stayed there for the last time, actually before he wrote Bleak House, but it became a local joke to call it Bleak House after Dickens. It actually changed its name in about 1884 or 1885 to Bleak House, and it was around 1900 that those little turrety bits were put on.
Leaving Broadstairs, we start our walk towards Margate, encountering a modern representation of Dickens' influence here. These mosaics depicting the likes of Scrooge, Bill Sikes and Magwitch were created by local school children. 2 miles later, we arrive in J.M.W. Turner's Margate. More than 100 of his paintings were inspired by the unique light here. He called the skies the loveliest in Europe. Today, we can see why.
The sea, when it's like this, this is why it's inspired everybody from romantic poets to artists. I know that when I come here and I look out across that sea into that horizon, I'm seeing something different. The first thing I want to do is to come and sit here and just write about this. You might have noticed we're a bit bedraggled by the end of that. And honestly, we did not plan this, but you were talking about the frosty of the sea. I'm going to show you what happened behind the scenes. That beautiful shot that Andrew caught happened after this. So we're walking along. I thought Carolyn would step back. I feel bad that I didn't grab her back. We were being safe. We were on a proper footpath there. And obviously there was the barrier. But yeah, that sea was really coming up there. So we did get quite wet as we walked along. And Andrew, our cameraman, had to walk along with the wet feet for the rest of the walk. So it was a great day. And of course, today has been a beautiful day across the southeast. We had some lovely, lovely sunshine earlier on. What a great picture it is at Lamberhurst, and in the best of it we got to 13 Celsius today. Very nice indeed, well above average for the time of year, but that's because we were still in the very mild air. We've got a weather front with us overnight tonight, only slowly pulling away tomorrow. You can see behind it, it is a very, very definite colder air mass behind. So that cloud has been sinking towards us through the day today. We had the sunshine, as you can see, but that cloud is pulling its way in now, and behind it, yes, it is an awful lot lot colder. And of course, as you may know, there are some weather warnings for snow in parts of Scotland because of that colder air mass. Now, we're not looking at anything like that, but in the coming hours, certainly we do have some rain to come through, the odd heavier burst through the night into the start of things tomorrow morning, and certainly a different feel to things, especially if you are further north tomorrow morning. 5 or 6 degrees actually to start us off here. And that cloud, last little bits of it, will pull away quite nicely through the morning. And then we'll have a mixture of cloud and sunny spells through the middle part of the day. And towards the end of the day, good spells of sunshine coming in. But with that, it's that clearer, colder air starting to tell. And so, yes, we were 13 Celsius today, 12 degrees yesterday. Tomorrow, 6 to 8 Celsius. That's your top temperature. For the rest of the week, though, into Friday, we're going to do it all again. Sparkling day, absolutely beautiful on Friday. But yes, it is going to feel colder, of course. And then all of this stuff out towards the west is slowly going to edge its way in through the weekend. And it's not really until Sunday that we'll see that. But through Saturday, again, after Friday and Saturday, we'll have, you know, some frosty starts, beautiful days. Through Saturday, the winds start to pick up a little bit. And then we've got some rain to push in for Sunday. And eventually, it turns a bit milder again next week.
There's plenty of sunshine in there, isn't there? Sarah, thank you very much indeed. That is it from us for now. We'll be back with you, as usual, after the national news at 10. Have a very good evening. Bye-bye.
In half an hour on BBC One, We Are England champions young entrepreneurs.
What I've done is inspiring, but I don't see myself as an inspiration.
5 months in, we'd hit 6 figures, and then within a year, we did 7 figures.
I want people to know they're exactly the same as me and they can do exactly what I've done.
This is BBC One. Now a party political broadcast by the Conservative Party.